consistent? Do you consider yourself a consistent person? Day in, day out, somebody can count on you. They know where you're coming from. You don't throw them any real nasty curveballs. You just right down the middle, consistent. Good old Dave. Consistent, reliable. Yeah, I think we all want to identify as people who strive to be consistent, but the truth is we're full of contradictions. We are inconsistent, not unfrequently. And that's okay, right? We're full of contradictions. And then we recognize the contradictions and we decide what we want to do with them. Either we're fine with them or we make a change. Now, let's take that idea of consistency and apply it to our cards, to our personal collections. Are you consistent in how you collect? Are you consistent in what you collect? Do you have any kind of system, a set of criteria or questions through which you pass all potential acquisitions before acquiring them? Are you consistent? As someone who came back into the hobby just a little bit over 3 years ago, I don't get to enjoy having amassed a collection that has a financial worth of great consideration. I have a more modest collection. I love my collection, but I don't enjoy that amazing appreciation that somebody who started even as late as 2019 enjoys. And that's just fine, right? We are where we are. Coming in a little bit later, I recognize that I need to be focused to create something that I truly love. I need to have consistency in my application of my collecting, or I'll end up with accumulation, right? I don't want accumulation. I want curation. I want something contained and beautiful. And quite often, I'd like it also to be self-explanatory. And I want it to all make sense. Pursuing some cards on my long-term PC list that are cards that speak for themselves. You've been hearing me talk a ton about that 1933 Gaudi number 149, the red one, Babe Ruth, over my left shoulder on your screen. That is paradigmatic example of a baseball card. Don't have to explain it. It is a Babe Ruth card. But that kind of approach doesn't give me chances to buy a lot of other cards, and I want a mail day. So how do I maintain consistency? Well, I buy the occasional card for this show, $1, $2, $5. But about 1.5 years ago, I also started a small PC of my favorite player who plays my favorite position on my favorite team, Nick Bosa, defensive end, San Francisco 49ers, Super Bowl bound San Francisco 49ers. And because Bosa is a defensive player, I've been able to acquire some of the most incredible cards at a relatively low price, especially considering if Bosa was a skill position player, if he was obviously a quarterback, receiver, even a running back. These cards I'm picking up would be much more expensive. So I had a Bosa collection of about 20 cards, handful graded, mostly raw, a lot of Prism Golds out of 10, both the Prism Gold Prism out of 10. I have the base cards of 3 of his 5 seasons. I actually had triples of one of those. I have his base and some inserts in optics and selects. I've also got his 2019 RPA out of 99 from National Treasures. And a couple other ones. I love Obsidians. I have a couple of his Obsidian Red, the Team All out of 26 color match. But consistency is important to me. And so a week ago tonight, I put up on auction one of my 3 2022 Prism Golds out of 10. Nick Bosa's, same time. When did I do that? Tuesday night, I put up on a 10-day auction the second of those 2022 Prism Golds. I held on to the third. It was already graded a PSA 10. Also put up a 2023 Gold Shimmer. I was walking this morning and I was thinking about my identity as a collector. I recognize that there's inconsistency. I'm trying to build something small and beautiful, yet I have some underbrush in my Nick Bosa collection. And if there's ever a moment to sell Nick Bosa cards, it's right now, the week before the Super Bowl. So I went from looking for really cool Bosa cards on eBay, and there are some gorgeous ones for auction right now. Went from being a buyer to a seller. And so tonight I'm going to be listing a lot of Nick Bosa cards. I'm going to put up 11 Nick Bosa cards. 8 of them are serial numbered out of 10. 8 of them are Prism Golds, and I list that RPA, a white sparkle super short print from Prism, and then a real cheapy little red sparkle from Mosaic. And I think I'll do all right. I bought them at weird times. I bought them in the spring and in the summer, a little bit in the fall. A lot of people don't collect Nick Bosa. I might make a little profit, but I would be very happy just to break even, to get liquid again, to just clarify, apply that consistency to refine my collection and define the kind of collection that I want to have. You can't be serious. Surely you're not going to sell off your Nick Bosa collection. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Welcome to the Rated Rabbi Sports Card Podcast, where sports cards and pop culture meet the 1984 All-Star Game. I am your host, Rabbi David Spinrad. Welcome to episode 56. Don't call me Shirley. We're back from commercial, top half of the 6. We've got an interview going on here. I'm going to show you a picture with the green screen behind them. Don Drysdale sitting with Reggie Jackson. Reggie just came out of the game and he's sitting with Don for an interview. And it is such a beautiful interview, right? Reggie, outsized ego, massive swagger, is calm and cool. He's relaxed. And he's humble. He's clearly happy to be there. He talks about the nightmare season he had in 1983. He did have a terrible season in 83. In 1983, he had 14 home runs, batted only 194. Starting to get a little older. Had a little bounce back. The fans love Reggie. Reggie would be named the starter in right field every single year. Reggie Jackson. Started me thinking, as he's being interviewed by Drysdale, started me thinking about the different stages of Reggie Jackson. All right. If you're listening on your podcast as you walk, I am showing on the screen right now. I'm going to take down the Drysdale Reggie interview. I'm going to show you my 1969 Reggie Jackson rookie card. It's in a PSA 1.5, but you would never know it to look at it. All right. At what distance do you look at a card? For me, it's like not long, but it's like a normal distance. It's probably a foot, 18 inches away from my eyes when I look at this card. And when I look at this card, I see a beautifully centered card with terrific color. I'm going to take it out of the sleeve because I want you to see it with one less piece of plastic. I see a beautiful Reggie Jackson rookie card. This is one of those cards when we were kids, we used to dream about a Reggie rookie. It's one of those cards that was forged a lot. If you're watching on YouTube, it's got some really, really lovely color. Beautiful centering. The purple in the circle, the green on the sleeve, the green on his hat. Young Reggie Jackson. You ask yourself, Dave, how is that a PSA 1.5? Ooh, one of my favorite things to search for is a beautiful card with a fatal flaw. You can't see it unless you hold it up in just the right light, and you won't be able to see it on the screen. There is a small crease that runs from the bottom of the card up to the H in athletics. You can't see it. Tiny, tiny little spider crease. And then at the top of the card, there's in the center, also running from the edges, an even thinner crease that runs from the border about halfway into the blue sky above his hair. You cannot see these creases unless you hold it up in some weird light. PSA 1.5. Beautiful color, beautiful center. Young Vero Reggie Jackson. Reggie's early cards are, here's some beautiful ones, right? Love the 69, love the 70. Never a huge fan of the gray border, but the picture is in that swing. Right? It's a pose swing, but it's a cool swing. What else do I love? Oh, the 71 Reggie is just pure virility. Black border. He's kneeling, the green of the uniform. He's like got the tank top sleeves. He's yoked. 71 Reggie Jackson. Oh, such a sexy card. 72 is not bad. 73. This guy's finishing the swing. That's captured in a lot of Reggie cards. He's finishing the swing. 74 is that weird kind of like funky chicken, weird Reggie face. He's actually throwing the ball in from the outfield. It's not a great picture, which is a bummer because that's his MVP season 1974 and that 1975 Topps MVP card. It's that weird Reggie face. 75, 76, not bad. Even though he's an Oriole, he appears in an athletic uniform. 77, he's a Yankee. 78, I'm going to show you because you know me. You know that the paradigmatic example of a baseball card to me is the 1978 Topps Reggie Jackson card 200. When I close my eyes and I think about baseball cards, this is the one. Look at that red, white, and blue. I've shown this on this show before. I might do another 30 episodes just about this baseball card. Oh, beautiful. Reggie Jackson, red Yankees, the incredible shield, AL All-Star outfield, finishing the swing. Look at that tiny little bit of sunlight. The back knee, the left knee, full swing, bat sort of upright, majestic. He's got the no flaps, batting helmet, the aviator, the handlebar mustache, a sun-swept Yankee Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Reggie. Yeah, you know how I like that card. Reggie has another card similar. He hits three home runs highlight card from the World Series in 77. He also has the most home runs in a series card. It's a very good year for Reggie Jackson. 79's a little plainer. 1980 Topps to go right back again to that same end of swing. 1980 Topps Reggie. 81, not that good. 82, I like the All-Star Reggie. 83, 84. I'm going to show you the 84. It's kind of a typical Reggie card, right? Finishing the swing. They knew they had a good thing. This shows up a lot. 84, Reggie finishing the swing in the Angels uniform. Reggie was actually traded, of course. 1981, he becomes a free agent. Sorry, not traded. He leaves New York as a free agent. Steinbrenner later calls it the greatest mistake he ever made as an owner. The Cowboy, Gene Autry, signs Reggie to a 5-year free agent contract, 1981. Reggie. Of course, he's still in a Yankee uniform, 1982 Topps. So it was a little slow to that. April 27th, 1982, Reggie's first game back in the Bronx. First time appearing there as a member of the California Angels. He steps up to the plate, started slow on the season. April 27th, 1982, packed Yankee Stadium, and what does he hear? Reggie. The fans are cheering for Reggie. And what does Reggie do? Hits a bomb. Reggie hits a home run first at back at the stadium. Homers. As he's rounding the bases, the cheers go from Reggie to Steinbrenner sucks. Man, Reggie Jackson. What else can I say? I'm going to show you a 1985. You know, if the peak of his powers were those 77, 78 Reggie Jackson years, 81, yeah, he got benched in the 81 World Series. 82 was later Reggie, right? Still the name, still the swing. The eyes were going a little bit. The reflexes had slowed a tad, but still it's Reggie Jackson. Let me show you 1985 Fleer. I'm sorry, Flair. Duh. 1985 Topps Reggie Jackson, if I can get it clear. There we go. Showed him in BP. What's weird is he's holding a glove. By this year, he's just strictly a DH. He didn't play any outfield at all that season. Holding a glove and a ball. Look like he's just warming up before a game. Got that pullover windbreaker. Reggie, of course, did a little acting. You might remember he played Larry on an episode of Different Strokes 1979. Willis was trying to impress some of the kids, wanted to win a kind of a father-son competition, and he got Reggie Jackson, not playing Reggie, playing a guy named Larry to pretend he was his father. I have such weird memories. I remember Gary Coleman. We're going back to Different Strokes. I remember Gary Coleman sitting on Reggie's back as Reggie's doing push-ups, getting ready for the big competition and pretending like he was standing in. He was the father of Mr. Drummond. But at that time, Mr. Drummond was not the boy's father anyway. What do I think of when I think of Reggie Jackson in a playing for the California Angels? Well, you know what I think of? I think of the Naked Gun, 1988. Remember when Reggie is hypnotized and he's going, he's like, must kill the queen. I have a picture for you. You remember it? Look at this. There he is. He's pulling the gun on Queen Elizabeth, sitting in a lower box right on the field. He pulls the gun, and then a big fat lady falls out of the upper deck. Boom, lands on Reggie, knocks the gun away. The queen is saved. There is an awesome pop fly pop shop. Daniel Jacob Horeen, perhaps you heard of him, did a must kill the queen pop fly pop shop. Pop fly pop shop commemorating Reggie's appearance in The Naked Gun. If you're listening, I'll describe it. It looks like a comic book cover. It says, "He must kill the queen." There's Reggie, who had retired in 1988, came out of it to play himself as an angel, wearing the number 44 uniform. Over his left shoulder, that's Leslie Nielson. He's playing the umpire. And there's the queen, terrified for her life. Behind there on the screen, I have several pop fly pop shops. Over my left shoulder, I have the Hebrew Hammer, Hank Greenberg. I have El Dominicano. That is none other than, I should give that one more love, Juan Marichal, the Dominican dandy. I feel like I don't pay attention to that one enough. Above that, you will see I have Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, and you can't actually see it because I have it covered up, but I have a really cool Vin Scully. It's unfortunately covered by the Rated Rabbi logo. So Pop Fly Pop Shop, I have 4 on the wall: Reggie, Vin Scully, the Hebrew Hammer, Hank Greenberg, and Juan Marichal. I got 4 and then decided to stop collecting because it's out of my lane. How am I going to build something beautiful if I keep spreading myself so thin? So I left it at 4. I do not own that He Must Kill the Queen Reggie Jackson one, but it's sure nice showing it to you tonight. What else can I tell you about Reggie Jackson in oh my God, The Naked Gun, from the Files of Police Squad? I remember watching that show when I was a little kid because I loved the Zucker Brothers stuff. Airplane, Airplane 2. They had the TV show Files of Police Squad. And so when Naked Gun came out, Naked Gun 2, 33 and a half, whatever it is, I'm down. I love sight gags and sophomoric humor. Let me show you a card. Here's a little Panini Americana, 2011. Who is that? Why, it's Leslie Nielsen. I got a little Leslie Nielsen card for you tonight. So this is how I keep myself happy. I buy cards that cost $1 and show them to you so I can someday buy a Babe Ruth card. Leslie Nielsen, man, loved him. Loved him in Airplane. Loved him in Naked Gun. Really, he was the son of a Mountie, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Good night.